Yeah, Skip, are you
Shannon.
surprised?
Not only was I surprised, but seriously, from my heart, this is not LeBron hate. This is true, straight from the soul. I was shocked by this. I was so shocked that I felt like it was actually unfair to LeBron James to make him the runaway choice, according to the GMs, for MVP, because I don't think it's fair at this age and stage of his career to put those kind of expectations on this man. May I remind you that your man, you're a blind witness across from me, your man has not won the MVP award for going back 4 years. Obviously, Durant won it 3 years ago, Steph the last 2 years. Sorry, I bet knocked my thing off, but fortunately, it's empty. And this is LeBron James. Believe it or not, this is shocking to me too. This is his 14th NBA season. LeBron James has played in the NBA, not just in high school, but in the NBA, 46,862 minutes. Over the 14-year span, that's 6,126 more minutes than the second closest player to LeBron James, who is Joe Johnson, for what it's worth. And there were several stories written, several analyses done a year ago, last year, that LeBron James had lost some of his hops, some of his spring, some of his explosion. And to my eye, I thought he had. He was still a great player, all-time great player, but he wasn't quite that MVP LeBron that we saw going back 4, 5, 6 years ago. Last year, LeBron James, career low 25.3 points per game.
You say that in disgust. 25 points a game.
Okay, I just said not bad, but not LeBron-esque MVP kinds of numbers. And by the way, his three-point shooting last year was the lowest, the worst since his rookie year. I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah,
we're talking about MVP here. And finally, his minutes per game last year fell to 35.6, lowest of his career. And I'm pretty sure if Ty Lue has anything to do with it this year, those minutes are going to decrease. So it's going to be even harder for LeBron to, night after night, make the MVP case by stuffing that stat sheet the way nobody can stuff it. And now, as we all know, LeBron James does have a rising co-star. This guy, we forget about him, but his name is Kyrie Irving. You've probably forgotten his name.
Uncle Drew, I call him.
Yeah, okay, Uncle Drew. A lot of people call him that. Kyrie Irving is all of 24 years of age. Last year, he spent the first 2/3 of the year trying to get his legs back under him after that horrible, horrific knee reconstruction that he went through. And by the end,
another championship too.
What's that?
Cost us another championship too, him getting hurt.
Well, that year it probably did. It could have. They're us and we now. Us and we.
Go ahead,
really?
make your point.
Okay, that's fine. And I believe that Kyrie will arrive this year as a superstar from start to finish. It won't take him 2/3 of the year to figure out how to play basketball again. I believe that Kyrie Irving will make an MVP case of his own this year, opposite LeBron, that they will be vying night after night. And I'm going to remind you that last year during the playoffs, when Kyrie did get his legs under him, he averaged 25 a game. Now, we can't sniff at 25 a game. You just told me that. And he shot 44% from the three-point line, while LeBron was compiling the worst three-point shooting numbers in the playoffs in NBA history last year, just for the record. And by the way, LeBron James didn't hit the last shot that won the championship. I think Uncle Drew hit that shot. Am I right about that?
He did.
Didn't Drew drain it?
He
Didn't
drained
he?
it.
He drained it. When nobody else could make a shot, it was that guy who made that shot that won that game, which is why he will make his MVP case this year. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch in Oklahoma City, where that town wasn't big enough for the both of them, right? Kevin Durant had to take his talents to Northern California. So that leaves, alone on the Oklahoma City stage, one Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, I believe, will win MVP this year. I believe he will do so by averaging a triple-double for the first time in NBA history since Oscar Robertson, 1961-62. It's virtually impossible, but he almost did it last year. He was 24, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists last year. I think he will edge up the rebounds to 10 or 11, and he will average a triple-double. I think Oklahoma City is going to be much better than most people think they will be, and that he will be, I think, a runaway MVP, because not only does he not have Kevin or Ibaka to share the stage with anymore, Russell Westbrook has a giant chip on his shoulder, and I'm going to show Kevin chip after Kevin has taken little pot shots from a distance up in Oakland about what Oklahoma City lacked or had in selfishness. So I think you're going to see a Russell Westbrook play even angrier than we have seen before, and I think he will be your MVP. Now the case or the floor is yours.
You do remember in that 1961 season when Oscar averaged a triple-double, that was also the season Wilt averaged 50 and 25, and neither one of those guys won the MVP. Mm-hmm. Bill Russell won it because back then the player determined who was going to be the MVP.
Okay, fair enough.
Skip, I'm not surprised that LeBron is the GM's favorite because guess what? This is the 5th straight year. He's been the favorite. 9 of the last 11 years, he's been the favorite. Because what do they know that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe do not know? See, Skip, we do not have all day, all night to just worry about basketball. Watching guys go up and down the floor, looking at tape of possible free agents, maybe somebody we can add to the team. So we don't have that kind of luxury. They do. So they know what they see. That LeBron James, the king from Akron, Ohio, 6'9", 250.
Wow. I'd forgotten about that. He's 6'9", 250?
The baddest,
You're kidding.
The baddest man on the planet, breathing oxygen of 7 billion people. I don't even know what it's like to be the out of 7 billion. Skip, can you imagine? Well, you are the wrongest man on the planet out of 7 billion. So you do know what it's like to be wrong at something.
Wait a second. Time out. Wait. You can't. I'm not going to let you get away with that one. After you are losing your Hall of Fame credentials because you cannot pick a game correctly on this show, you're telling me I'm the wrong guy?
Yep, you're wrong.
Really? Okay, go ahead.
And for the first time in NBA history, he did what no one else has ever done in the playoffs. He did it in the finals. Lead both teams in every statistical category.
He can stuff that sheet.
Well, Skip, I don't need you to help me make my case. I got this over here. Now, granted, he does turn 32 at the end of December. He's played at the same age as Kobe Bryant, basically a half a season more games when you add up playoffs and regular season. So his minutes are piling up. Skip, I'm going to give you this. He will not win the MVP because he's not going to play enough minutes and he's not going to take enough shots. What's going to also hurt Kyrie Irving, who you think could get some MVP votes, is because when LeBron doesn't play, the Cavs don't win. When Kyrie doesn't play and LeBron plays, the Cavs still win. So therefore, that's what gives him the nod that says, wow, this guy's really special. Kevin Durant's not going to win it. You know why? Because they're going to punish him just like they punished LeBron when he went to Miami. And they gave it to Derrick Rose. They said, you know what? You had to go team with another superhero. We're not giving you jack. Even though LeBron deserved it over Derrick Russell, Kevin Durant might deserve it over whomever's going to win this year.
Okay, I'm going to give you that point because you're exactly right about that. Kevin Durant has no shot at winning MVP.
And if you look at the last 30 years, only Michael Jordan has won an MVP with another first-team All-NBA player on his team in that exact same seat. So the odds are not good for Curry or Durant, but I believe Durant has already nullified himself by leaving OKC. What LeBron can do if he were to just put his mind to it and say, you know what, I want an MVP. There's nothing in the NBA anybody can do to stop him. He's the only man that's in the NBA that can legitimately guard all 5 positions. Nobody else in the history of the game can do that. Michael Jordan? Because if you remember correctly, in 1991, they lost the opening game to the Los Angeles Lakers. Magic Johnson was cooking Jordan. What did they do in game 2, Skip? They put Scottie Pippen on it. When have you ever seen LeBron have to give up a guy that says, well, you know what, I can't do it tonight. I don't have it. Guards everybody, 1 through 5.
I give you that.
Okay.
I give you that.
Well, since you're giving me that, LeBron's not going to win the MVP because MVPs is not what he's chasing. Him winning another MVP doesn't do him any good, Skip. You know why? Because what he needs now at this juncture are titles, not MVP titles, finals titles. Now, that's where so he played 35 minutes last year. That might be 33 minutes this year. Because if you look at it, Steph Curry the year before, he played the fewest minutes and won an MVP, like 32 minutes. And you got to play a lot of games. Tyronn Lue already said, I'm going to give LeBron more rest this year than I did last year, and probably he will take more rest, more games off than at any point in his career. Bill Walton in 78, he won the MVP. He played 58 games. But on average, you need to play about anywhere between Allen Iverson, I think, won it one year with 71. Steve Nash was next with 75. LeBron's not going to play he's going to miss at the bare minimum, I believe he'll miss 10 games. And then rightfully so, because you need a rested, healthy LeBron James in the playoffs so we can go and get to the finals, do what we do again, and then come June, Skip!
Go ahead.
When you were talking, me and Joy just sat back over here. Joy was seething because she knows.
Joy interrupted me 7 times before I finished.
Joy.
No, she didn't.
Joy is seething over here because she knows her Miami Heat will be in the lottery.
Yeah, that's
the lottery.
You're upset because you got some news out of San Antonio.
Weren't you a Heat fan when LeBron was in Miami?
Huh? I was a LeBron fan. You're hearing some news out of San Antonio that LaMarcus Aldridge, everything is not happy.
That is wrong.
Okay.
My San Antonio source, honestly, no way he's going to be traded. No way.
Be that as it may. LeBron not worried about San Antonio because they got to get through Golden State.
So
us, we, LeBron, we kicking back.
So I think I just heard the great Shannon Sharpe huff and puff, but didn't blow my case down. In the end, he agreed with my case. There's no way LeBron is going to win MVP because you just came completely all the way around the circle and said, hold on, I agree with you. He's not going to be able to play enough minutes. He's chasing titles, not MVPs. That was my case. That's why I said the GMs are out of their minds.
Hold on. Don't have a degree in literature. I don't have a degree in English. But the topic says, are you surprised LeBron is the MVP favorite? They didn't say nothing about whether or not he was going to win. The question was, are you surprised? I said absolutely not.
No, but your case was that you are surprised because these people should be smart enough to see what you're seeing. You're saying you're seeing something no GM is seeing? And by the way, I think you have a good point about the GMs, or actually, let me remake your point. No, the point about GMs is they mostly just watch their own team. It's like voting for the Heisman. A lot of reporters just watch their own team, and they don't really watch Lamar Jackson that much. They don't get to see him that much. So in this case, I don't know what they're thinking, because if they focused on the Cavaliers and who they are and what they're going to be this year, and they watched the rise of Kyrie Irving, and they know that LeBron's minutes dropped to career low last year, they would say, there's no way he should be the favorite. Pick Russell Westbrook. He's going to play 40 minutes a night and have the ball in his hands 95% of the time.
And no MVP has ever won that award with his team finished lower than 4th.
Okay, but I told you, I think Oklahoma City is a threat in the West.
A threat to do what?
Just to be 4th.